Yo, what's happening?
Uh-oh.
I don't know if he can hear me or not. Can he hear me?
Oh, I hear
Can
you, brother. I
Oh,
hear
you
you.
hear me? Okay,
Can
okay.
you
Are
hear
we
me
live?
now? Can you hear me
Are we
now?
live, or are we just live?
Well, we somewhere. I don't know where we are, but we somewhere. Got Doug around for me
Do
to
you
know.
see us anywhere? Yeah, I see us on
Yeah,
YouTube.
brother. Hey, my YouTube finally kicked in. I was gonna give you a hard time, but it finally kicked in. We is on the interwebs right about now.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
there we go. There you go. Is all of the platforms? Because okay, so for the ones who are not understanding what's going on, my name is. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
Get your
We are
name up
testing.
there.
We are testing new software. All right, we're testing new software, and my name is Corey Sanders. They call me Tall Boy. Let me see if I can get that thing to pop up on the screen like that. There you go. How you doing? Doing all right? And this is my co-host, Mr. James Hicks. Let me see if I can get him to pop up in that thing like that.
Uh-oh.
See? Okay, let me see. Go ahead, introduce yourself real quick.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. James Hicks. Hicks New Me coming at you. Chief technologist, host, all those good things. We just here trying to do some things in the lab this evening, bring a little entertainment, education, and inspiration to you as well. Mm.
I like that. I like that. I like that. So, for the ones that did not watch last week's show, we are testing new software. So, we've normally been using a service called Restream, and last
Mm.
week, James said, you know what? We're in the fire. We bought all this equipment over the holidays. We need to use it. We're going to use it. And starting next week, which was last week, we're going to use this other service called Restream. So while we were using it, it was like it had its positives, it had its negatives. And this week, he said, I'm going to let you manage and run the show. So I'm using a service called vMix. And then next week, he's going to be running a service called Ecamm that runs primarily on Mac. And then I think after
Yes, sir.
that, we're going to go back to StreamYard and see which services do we think make sense for both parties. So the lab, we talk tech. So since this is a tech product, we figured it would only be right if we talked about it, right? So
Man,
and
we, we,
showed you
we
some of
just
the key.
throwing ourselves out there in the middle of the fire, just beta testing, right?
Right,
We
right, right.
streaming
So
live
so
everywhere, and we the guinea pigs.
right. So if we mess up, if we mess up, I expect y'all to hit me with one of these. All right. So if I mess up, I expect it. And then if we do if we do good, let me see if I can get it right. Nah, I don't think it did it
Got
right.
it,
No, no,
got a
no. I don't think
soundboard going,
I
got
don't
all
think
kind
it
of
did it
got
right.
kind of.
So hold on. If,
Oh
if we
boy.
if we do right, let me see if I can do it again. If we do right, okay. Apparently, okay, try it again. See, this is why we test. If we do right,
You don't know why? You want to know why? Shut up. W, W, H, H, Y, Y. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. W, W, H, H,
Hey,
Y, Y. That's the
hey.
bottom line. W, W, H,
so
H,
I want you to
Y.
rock with us a little bit
I'll tell you
tonight.
why. I'll tell you why. That's the bottom line.
It's after hours somewhere. Shouts out to McCollin 12.
Okay, all right.
Mm,
So that's what we're gonna be doing. So if we do
Man,
right,
I just
we're gonna
started
hit
getting
you with
into it,
the
and you turned it off.
WHY. So I got to figure out one more thing while we're doing this. So go ahead and talk a little bit about your week. Did you see anything that was interesting from a tech perspective that really just caught your eye? Was there anything that was out there, James, that made you say, I want to talk about this, or it was
Yeah.
just, hey, if there's something out there, it's just something out there.
It was kind of an off week, right, in terms of real breaking news or anything. And it's nothing like we had the last few weeks when something like Robin Hood was blowing up and causing folks to either get rich or get poor in 10, 15 minutes. But I think from a technology perspective, I want to also wrap in consumer technology and consumer entertainment and talk about it from the game perspective, right? Super Bowl, we just had that 55, and just the fact that not many fans were there. Why? Because of the pandemic and all that. So a whole different aspect of a lot of folks streaming the game on their devices. They're either at home and they're sitting in the backyard, or they're at their park. You know, not a lot of gathering together with a lot of folks. So a lot of folks were literally streaming the game and getting some of the new NFL experience within the mobile app of different angles and things like that. So out of this line out of this pandemic, there's been the need for a lot of companies, especially communications companies, right, to figure out a better way to capture and gather their audiences. So I guess I would pose the question to Utah Boy and to everyone watching and listening as well. How did you partake in the game? Or, hey, did you even partake? My team wasn't playing. So I had to watch, and I was rooting for the underdog, which is crazy that the underdog was Tom Brady. But I didn't change my bet in the middle of the game or anything. From the giddy up, I said I was rooting for them Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But you know that from a technology perspective, again, just experiencing the game from a mobile device as opposed to a lot of folks congregating and gathering at a bar and something and watching it on the big screen. I think it'd be interesting to see how folks internet services did. Because one, you got everybody's got their kids at home and they're doing home learn working from and taxing on people's internets already. It'd be interesting to see if folks who now had this live streamed this game that they were live streaming off of their iPads or their tablets or whatever the case may be, and if there were some congestion issues that were happening. Did you watch the game, Cowboy?
So yes, I did watch the game, and I see that we are not live on my page right now as we speak. I'm trying to pull up YouTube, but yes, I did watch the game.
Okay.
I'm trying to see if I can pull up these comments to see what's going on. So we may just have to read off the comments on our own respective pages because for whatever reason it's not showing on my end on my Facebook fan page, which
Okay.
it should, but I don't know. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. I don't know. Um, do you see any comments before I answer that question on your
I do
end?
not know.
Okay. Well, I'm seeing that it's loading on my YouTube saying that we're live. That okay. So there we go. So I don't see comments coming up on the chat bar. So all right, I don't see the comments. I'm trying to incorporate the comments into the show, but we'll figure it out. But this is why we're here. In regards to streaming, yes, I actually watch the game because I do not have a TV in my house. The TVs are all monitors, as you see, like this one right here. Um, and so I do everything in my house via streaming, everything. So I actually stream the game from the CBS app. I did
Mm-hmm.
not, believe it or not, I did not have any problems, even though that they said they did have problems um, in regards to um, in regards to the CBS app having problems. And I think that was like one of our first stories that I wanted to talk to us about in regards to um, in regards to that. So I did stream the game. I did not watch it on TV, and like I said, I did not experience any problem. So I thought it was pretty cool. Commercials per se, I mean, I was able to catch them. I mean, and we're going to talk a little bit about those commercials as well. I'm just trying to see if I can find the actual article where it talked about. There we go. I found it here.
Yeah, you
So,
want to talk about them commercials, or you want to talk about your boy of the week?
whoa. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Give me 1 second, James. I don't know what I did. I fired you off on the audio. There you go. Go ahead.
No, I said you want to talk about them commercials, commercials, or you want to talk about your boy of the week?
Faced several technical issues, most notably CBS All Access subscribers trying to watch the game experienced technical issues. Um, a lower viewer turnout may have contributed to the matchup itself, as it was a particularly large blowout with the game's outcome quite clear before the start of the quarter. They said despite the global pandemic, with a ton of ways to stream the game, the numbers were still low. The Super Bowl drew 102 million viewers, meaning that this year's marquee matchup was down by 5% compared to last year. Normally, other recent Super Bowls viewership, 2007 had a little over 93 million to 93 million. I think this year it had 96.5. Uh, but it was the most streamed NFL game ever. So my thing is, are people cutting the cord? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, again, and like I said, wasn't in the game, but I thought it was a great story. So the fact that Brady was in there and Coach Arians hasn't won one until he just did. So that was good to at least experience. But yeah, in terms of key marquee teams and key marquee matchups, the kid versus the goat, that was really the only one. I can understand that folks either did not really tune in, and you know, my concern, my question was really, again, were there any capability or connectivity issues that folks were having, again, because they got so much on now at home. So the folks that weren't watching the game, were they watching Netflix? Were they streaming something else? Speaking of streaming, speaking of Super Bowl, did you see they're trying to announce a new streaming service? We've talked about this, and you've gotten on me about this. Paramount Plus. Have you seen that?
No,
Paramount Plus is going to launch, and they want another $5 a month. Come on, man. I come on, man. They trying to take all your money with all these streaming services, and so the commercials for Paramount Plus were weak. I couldn't get into it, man. I'm just all disgruntled, to be honest with you, man. It was just a bad experience. It was just a bad experience, but it is what it is. Interesting enough, some other topics, but you and I were chatting back and forth about the young man. You know, I'll just hard pass.
I mean, I'm not knocking the train wreck. It's just the fact that I just wanted to be able to know
Now
that,
you producing, right? Now you got all you pushing buttons all behind
yeah,
on the
all
console.
behind
Right?
have the man's photo pull up, and
I tell you what, the word for the day, folks that are watching and listening, we will definitely tighten up the workflow and the run of show. Right? We all the topics that we're going to talk about, but Tallboy can never kind of corral me because again, I get on stage, I get on camera, on the microphone. You just don't know where it's going to go, and it's all bad. Man, I wish I could see. Are there any comments or anything coming? This is not
I
cool.
don't see any comments on my Facebook. I mean, on my YouTube. I don't know
Okay.
why I'm not streaming on my Facebook page. I don't know why.
Oh man.
Uh,
All right.
but
Well, Well, while you still investigating that and trying to get the pictures together, since I already kind of dipped into it, boy.
you doing
You
me,
know,
man. You really doing me. You know I'm producing this show by myself. So you get to lean back in that chair and just say, I
hey,
want to talk
hold up.
about this, and this. And I gotta be over here, man. Okay, next week. I got you, bro. I got you. I want to see how you handle me. Oh, okay.
It just seemed to I'm not saying it's right. I'm definitely saying it's wrong. But I'm just saying it from an advertising and a marketing perspective. It sure was a smart, pretty smart advertising for. There you
From
go.
my
Thank you for
understanding,
pulling
it
the
was
picture up.
5.5 million to run a 30, and this man talked. And if you go to my Facebook page, my personal page, I posted the article yesterday. $5.5 million to get into the Super Bowl. I mean, so I mean, when you think about that, I mean, when you think about that, I mean, that's
What you
five
gonna
point five
do?
million
Gonna
dollars.
do?
You spent 8 hours in jail. He spent 8 hours in jail. and
Got him a free
that
meal.
500 and is
Uh,
basically $374,000 that you walked away with. Sounds like a good deal.
That's the American way. No, fast McDonald's trying. Think about Starbucks. Think about the rewards
I think we're not.
McDonald's is trying to. What's that?
I don't know if we're streaming. Are we streaming?
I'm not sure, brother.
I think we're not.
No, we are actually on my YouTube page. So yeah, we're streaming.
Okay, I got a yellow or orange. It's not showing that we're streaming. Hold on, I don't know. All right, so we're testing. Remember, we're testing. This is not good. We should not be running any streaming problems. Last night we did a test for about 3 hours and we had no problems whatsoever. I'm looking on my YouTube channel and it looks like we're really choppy.
Yeah, same with mine. It's really really bad video encoder, right? So with Restream as opposed to vMix or our internet connections, them multi streaming out to the platforms. It's them.
It's
It
them.
might be beneficial, right? Again, just for quality's sake, that we end this in this stream if we're not going to get a quality output.
Yeah, I'm looking at Restream and it's saying it's offline right now. But this is why we test. So it says YouTube and both of our YouTubes and my Facebook page says we're live. Your Periscope says it's sending data, and your Twitch is saying it's online, but it's blinking green.
Let's pull it down, brother.
All right,
I'm
we're
actually
gonna
going to
bring it
delete
down.
this